Hello. Have you ever felt that dull ache in your lower back when rising from a chair? Or the strange stiffness after a good night's sleep? You stretch, you twist, you even blame it on age. But what if I told you that something much deeper is at play? What if the very foundation of your strength, your back muscles, is being silently attacked each day? Not by disease or injury, but by everyday habits and hidden nutritional gaps. And most frightening of all, it begins without warning. According to a 2023 review published by the Mayo Clinic, nearly 70% of adults over the age of 60 experience measurable muscle loss in their back and core without realizing it, until symptoms like chronic pain, instability, or even falls emerge. This condition doesn't strike with the fanfare of a heart attack or the urgency of broken bones. No, it creeps in, subtly, steadily, robbing you of balance, strength, and independence. The clinical term for this deterioration is sarcopenia, a condition most people associate with arm and leg muscles. But research now shows that the back muscles, especially the deep stabilizers, along your spine, are among the first to suffer. The implications? Weak back muscles can cause poor posture, pinched nerves, reduced mobility, and even digestive or bladder issues due to altered alignment of the spine. But why the back? Why does this area, so critical to daily movement, weaken so easily in our golden years? The answer lies in both biology and behavior. As we age, our muscles naturally lose density and contractile strength due to hormonal changes, especially a drop in growth hormone and testosterone, both crucial for maintaining lean muscle. Combine that with decades of sitting, underuse of stabilizing muscles, and a lack of targeted nutrients, and the outcome becomes inevitable. Your core and back become fragile, leading to a chain reaction of mobility issues. To make matters worse, most of us never train or nourish these muscles properly. We eat well, we might walk, even swim, but the deeper, postural muscles along our spine require specific attention. Without it, they atrophy quietly, even in people who are otherwise active. This often explains why even fit retirees in their 60s begin experiencing unexplained back fatigue or discomfort during simple tasks like gardening or vacuuming. In one remarkable study from Harvard University, researchers found that up to 30% of lower back muscle volume can be lost by age 70, regardless of general physical activity. And the loss accelerates dramatically in those with sedentary habits or diets low in specific muscle-supporting nutrients like magnesium, vitamin D, and leucine-rich proteins. Worse yet, many medications commonly prescribed to older adults, like statins, corticosteroids, and even some acid reflux drugs can further accelerate muscle degeneration by impairing protein synthesis or nutrient absorption. Add in chronic inflammation from conditions like arthritis or diabetes, and your back muscles face a perfect storm of decline. But here is the hopeful news. This decline is not irreversible. Yes, even if you are 65, 75, or over 80, your back strength can be recovered. Scientific advances now confirm that with targeted nutrition, movement, and restorative habits, seniors can rebuild deep spinal muscle mass, reduce pain, and regain physical confidence in as little as 6 to 8 weeks. Throughout this series, we will uncover the exact foods, nutrients, and movements that have been shown to not only halt but reverse back muscle loss. We will explore everyday mistakes that might be weakening your spine and offer solutions grounded in evidence, not hype. But for now, pause and reflect. Have you noticed subtle signs like difficulty getting out of bed, an increased reliance on handrails, or a nagging lower back discomfort after chores? If so, it is time to act. Not with fear, but with knowledge, because what you do now determines how freely you will move tomorrow. So stay with us as we journey deeper into this silent epidemic and begin the path to reclaiming your strength. And don't forget, if this message resonates with your experience, hit the like button, comment your age and your biggest back concern,
and subscribe so you never miss a tip that could change your life.
Your muscles, like any living tissue, depend on raw materials to grow, repair, and remain strong. But the tragedy is this: most seniors are unknowingly underfed, nutritionally speaking, even when they feel full. Especially when it comes to the muscles in your back. What you eat today directly determines the strength in your spine tomorrow. Let us be clear. Your back is not just a structure of bones and nerves. It is a muscular engine. From the multifidus and erector spinae running along your spine to the gluteal complex supporting your hips. Every movement you make depends on the integrity of these fibers, and yet they are uniquely vulnerable to nutrient deficiency. especially after age 60. So what does the body need to restore these muscles? The first and most crucial compound is protein, specifically complete proteins rich in leucine. According to the National Institutes of Health, NIH, older adults require at least 1.0–1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily to maintain muscle mass. Yet studies show that nearly 50% of adults over 65 consume far less than this. Complete proteins, found in foods like eggs, Greek yogurt, salmon, and chicken, provide the 9 essential amino acids your muscles cannot create on their own. Among them, leucine is the key. This amino acid directly stimulates muscle protein synthesis, especially in older adults who experience anabolic resistance, a fancy way of saying, your muscles ignore nutrients unless you give them in the right form and quantity. Just imagine this. A simple breakfast of 2 eggs and a half cup of Greek yogurt can deliver the amino acid profile your spine muscles crave before you even leave the kitchen table. But protein is just the beginning. Vitamin D plays a silent but powerful role in preserving muscle coordination and contraction. A deficiency in this nutrient, found in more than 60% of seniors, does not just weaken bones. It actively reduces the responsiveness of muscle cells. Without vitamin D, your back muscles become sluggish, weak, and prone to injury. In a 2022 study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology, seniors with sufficient vitamin D levels had 30% stronger lower back muscle density compared to those with a deficiency. Sunlight helps, yes, but so do fatty fish, fortified dairy, and supplements under medical guidance. Let us not forget magnesium, the mineral your muscles use like an ignition switch. Without it, muscle fibers cannot relax properly, leading to cramps, spasms, and postural fatigue. Back muscles, because they are postural muscles, are particularly sensitive to even mild magnesium imbalances. Foods like pumpkin seeds, spinach, and almonds are natural sources, but magnesium citrate or glycinate supplements can also help, especially for those taking medications that deplete it, such as diuretics or PPIs. Omega-3 fatty acids, abundant in salmon, sardines, and walnuts, play a dual role. They reduce chronic inflammation, which eats away at muscle tissue over time, and they enhance the body's response to strength-building stimuli, making your workouts more effective even if they're gentle. Now here's one many overlook: creatine. Long associated with bodybuilders, creatine is now being embraced by geriatric research as a muscle-preserving miracle. In a 2021 study from the University of Toronto, seniors over 65 who took just 3 grams of creatine daily showed significant improvements in back muscle power, endurance, and balance without any side effects. Finally, do not underestimate the power of hydration. Dehydrated muscles are weak muscles. Water carries nutrients into the cells and removes waste. A mere 2% drop in hydration can lead to up to a 10% decrease in muscle performance. Seniors often lose their thirst response with age, which is why sipping water consistently, especially before physical activity, is a non-negotiable part of muscular health. Let's make this practical. Imagine your breakfast: a bowl of steel-cut oats with chia seeds, a soft-boiled egg, and half an avocado. That one meal alone gives you protein, omega-3s, magnesium, potassium, and healthy fats. Pair it with 20 minutes of morning sun, and you're nourishing your spine with more precision than most prescription pills could ever promise. But timing matters too. Post-exercise meals rich in protein and anti-inflammatory nutrients are crucial. After a walk, light stretch, or even household chores, your back muscles become more receptive to nutrients. A simple protein smoothie with Greek yogurt, berries, and almond milk can be a powerful recovery tool. And here's a pro tip: break your protein intake into 3 or 4 evenly spaced meals. This enhances absorption and reduces muscle breakdown, especially overnight when back muscles can become stiff or sore. Now, a word of caution: supplements, while helpful, are not one-size-fits-all. Always consult your physician before starting high-dose vitamin D, magnesium, or creatine, especially if you take medications for blood pressure, diabetes, or bone health. The truth is this: food is not just fuel. It is your frontline defense against the silent shrinking of your spinal muscles. With every bite, you either support your back or unknowingly accelerate its decline. So what does your plate look like today? In our next section, we will expose the daily habits that sabotage your back strength. Even if you eat well and stay active, you might be eating the right foods, taking your vitamins, even doing your stretches. But if your daily routine includes certain harmful habits, all that effort may be wasted. In fact, some of the most damaging threats to your back muscles happen not in the gym or on your plate, but in your living room, your recliner, your car, and yes, even your bed. Let's start with one of the biggest culprits, prolonged sitting. Sitting, especially in soft couches or recliners, places your back in a passive state. Over time, this trains the deep postural muscles, like your multifidus, transverse abdominis, and spinal erectors, to shut off. Studies from the American Journal of Physiology show that after just 30 minutes of sitting, electrical activity in the stabilizing back muscles begins to drop sharply. Left unchecked, this muscle idleness leads to what physical therapists call gluteal amnesia, a polite term for a back that no longer knows how to support itself. If you're retired or spend much of your day reading, watching TV, or using a computer, this becomes even more dangerous. The longer you sit without interruption, the more the muscles along your spine weaken. The result? Poor posture, forward-leaning shoulders, reduced lung capacity, an increased risk of falls or nerve compression. But sitting isn't the only issue. Let's talk about your mattress. Did you know that more than 80% of back pain complaints in seniors can be traced to poor sleeping positions or mattress quality? If you've been sleeping on the same mattress for over a decade, or one that sags in the middle, you could be placing your spine in unnatural positions for 6 to 8 hours every night. A mattress that's too soft causes your lower back to arch unnaturally, compressing the lumbar discs. One that's too firm may fail to support the natural curve of your spine. The fix? Choose a medium firm mattress with orthopedic support and rotate it every 3 to 6 months. And for back sleepers, a small pillow beneath your knees can relieve spinal pressure overnight. Another overlooked factor is improper lifting techniques, especially when it comes to laundry baskets, groceries, or grandchildren. Bending from the waist instead of the knees puts intense pressure on the lower back, straining muscles and ligaments. Over time, these repeated micro-injuries lead to chronic weakness and inflammation in the lumbar spine. Here's a safer alternative. Always squat down with knees bent. Keep items close to your body and exhale as you lift. It's a small shift, but one that protects your back muscles for years to come. Even household chores can take a toll. Vacuuming or sweeping with poor posture, leaning forward while washing dishes, or twisting awkwardly when making the bed all add up. The spine is designed for movement, not repetition under poor alignment. That's why back-friendly habits like keeping your core engaged, alternating sides, and taking short breaks can make a big difference. Now let's address something even more personal: stress. Yes, psychological stress directly weakens your back. Chronic tension causes muscles, especially the trapezius and spinal erectors, to remain in a semi-contracted state. This silent clenching leads to stiffness, knots, and fatigue even if you're not physically active. In a landmark study by the Mayo Clinic, seniors with high cortisol levels from chronic stress showed 25% less muscle recovery after exertion. This means emotional strain doesn't just hurt your mood, it literally slows down your body's ability to rebuild. Breathing exercises, 10-minute walks outdoors, or even mindful stretching can help reverse this effect. Never underestimate the power of relaxation when it comes to muscular health. And lastly, a warning about footwear. Many seniors wear slippers or shoes with poor arch support inside the home, but your feet are the foundation of your entire kinetic chain. If your arches collapse or your gait changes due to worn soles, that misalignment travels up to your knees, hips, and yes, your back. The wrong shoes can throw off your posture, overwork your spinal stabilizers, and accelerate muscle breakdown. Opt for shoes with firm arch support, wide heels, and shock absorption, even indoors. Your back will thank you. So what can you do today? Start by setting a timer to stand, or stretch every 30 minutes. While sitting, replace your mattress if it's over 8 years old. Learn safe lifting techniques and be mindful of posture during chores. Choose back-supportive footwear, and take time to breathe, truly breathe when stress arises. Back strength isn't just about exercise, it's about awareness. Every small habit repeated daily either builds your back up or breaks it down. In our next section, we'll explore the foods that accelerate back recovery and what to avoid in your diet if you want to stay pain-free and strong. Now that we've uncovered the hidden habits that weaken your back, it's time to focus on one of the most powerful yet often overlooked, tools for muscular recovery, your diet. Specifically, the foods that don't just feed your body, but actively repair, rebuild, and protect the muscles along your spine. It's not about eating more. It's about eating smarter. Let's begin with a true powerhouse, salmon. Fatty fish like salmon are rich in high-quality protein, which your back muscles need to rebuild after years or even decades of underuse. But beyond that, salmon is loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA. These natural anti-inflammatory agents target chronic low-grade inflammation that silently erodes muscle fibers, including the delicate muscles surrounding your spine. According to a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, seniors who consumed fatty fish 3 times per week had 25% lower rates of muscle wasting and experienced significantly better spinal mobility over a 12-week period. Ideally, aim for 3 4-ounce servings of baked or grilled salmon per week. If that's not feasible, consider a purified fish oil supplement. Daily, with your doctor's approval. Next up, Greek yogurt, the nighttime healer. Unlike regular yogurt, Greek yogurt is filtered to remove excess whey, resulting in a thick, concentrated protein source. But here's where it gets interesting. Its primary protein, casein, is slow digesting. When eaten before bed, it provides your muscles with a steady supply of amino acids during sleep, which is when most of your repair happens. For seniors, this is gold. A half cup of plain Greek yogurt with a teaspoon of chia seeds and a few blueberries creates a high-protein, antioxidant-rich snack that supports overnight recovery, reduces back stiffness, and even boosts gut health thanks to its natural probiotics. Now let's talk about a surprising hero, beets. Yes, beets. These vibrant root vegetables contain natural nitrates, which the body converts into nitric oxide, a compound that improves blood flow. Enhanced circulation to your spine means more oxygen, more nutrients, and faster tissue repair. A 2021 trial in the Journals of Gerontology found that older adults who drank beetroot juice daily experienced improved muscular endurance and reduced postural fatigue after just 2 weeks. Roasted beets, beetroot juice, or even beet powder added to a smoothie can dramatically enhance nutrient delivery to spinal muscles, especially after light exercise. And don't forget about bone broth, simmered for hours. Bone broth is rich in collagen, gelatin, and amino acids like glycine and proline, essential building blocks for connective tissues around the spine. These nutrients don't just support muscle, they help regenerate the ligaments, discs, and fascia that keep your back aligned and pain-free. A warm cup of bone broth with turmeric and black pepper to boost absorption makes a powerful anti-inflammatory tonic. Drink it 3 to 4 times a week, especially after a physical therapy session, or on cooler days when stiffness tends to worsen. Let's also spotlight eggs. Eggs are a complete protein source, delivering all 9 essential amino acids in one affordable, easily digestible food. But the yolk, often feared, contains choline, a nutrient that supports nerve function and communication between the brain and spinal muscles. Better neuromuscular control equals better posture, balance, and responsiveness to injury. Aim for 1 to 2 eggs daily. Scrambled with spinach or poached over whole grain, toast makes for a quick breakfast that fuels your back from the inside out. One food to treat with caution: red meat. While steak offers valuable protein and iron, high intake, especially of processed meats, has been linked to increased systemic inflammation. If you enjoy red meat, opt for lean cuts like sirloin, and keep portions moderate, 3-4 ounces twice a week. Balance it with anti-inflammatory sides, like steamed broccoli or sweet potatoes to minimize the inflammatory load. Now, a crucial reminder: what you avoid matters just as much as what you eat. Stay away from excessive sugar and refined carbs. They promote inflammation, raise insulin levels, and decrease protein synthesis, making it harder for your spine to recover. Say no to soda, white bread, processed snacks, and sugary breakfast cereals. Instead, try this simple swap. Trade white toast for sprouted grain bread. Replace sugary yogurts with plain Greek yogurt, and add your own berries. Choose water or herbal tea over soda. Every small change supports your spine's recovery. And don't forget hydration. Muscles are 75% water. Dehydration leads to muscle cramping, disc compression, and delayed recovery. Seniors should aim for at least 8 cups of water daily, more if you're active or in a dry climate. To make it easier, keep a glass by your bed. Drink a cup before each meal, and flavor water with lemon or cucumber if you prefer taste. So let's recap. Focus on foods rich in protein, omega-3s, natural nitrates, and collagen. Space your meals evenly, prioritize recovery snacks, and limit foods that ignite inflammation. And always hydrate. In our next section, we'll explore targeted exercises, sleep routines, and therapeutic movements that protect and strengthen your spine. No gym membership required. You have nourished your spine with the right foods. You have begun to avoid the silent habits that weaken it. But now, it's time to put your muscles into action. Gently, wisely, and intentionally. Because no matter how perfectly you eat or supplement, true muscular strength returns only when you move. The good news? You do not need a gym. You do not need fancy machines. What your back muscles crave is consistency, awareness, and recovery, especially after age 60. Let's begin with one of the most effective movements you can do at home, pelvic tilts. This gentle movement activates your deep core stabilizers, particularly the transverse abdominis and pelvic floor. These muscles work together to support your lumbar spine. Simply lie on your back with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Slowly tilt your pelvis toward your ribs, flattening your lower back into the floor. Hold for 5 seconds, then release. Repeat 10 times, breathing deeply. When done daily, pelvic tilts retrain your spine's natural curvature, improve posture, and reduce stiffness from prolonged sitting. Another essential movement, bird dog extensions. From a hands and knees position, extend your right arm and left leg simultaneously, keeping your spine straight. Hold for 3-5 seconds, then switch sides. This simple exercise trains your back, extensors, and glutes, crucial for balance and walking. Aim for 2 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions per side, 3 times per week. If balance is a concern, try this against a wall or have a sturdy chair nearby. And for the most foundational movement of all, walking. You may not think of walking as a back exercise, but the rhythmic, alternating steps gently activate your spinal stabilizers and promote blood flow to the discs between your vertebrae. A Harvard study found that seniors who walked just 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, reduced back stiffness by up to 38% in 3 months. Start small, 10 minutes after breakfast, 10 more after lunch, and again after dinner. Not only will your back thank you, but your heart, brain, and joints will too. What about stretching? Cat-cow stretches, the classic yoga flow, are ideal. This movement improves spinal mobility and breath control. Inhale as you arch your back, lifting your chest and tailbone, cow. Exhale as you round your back, tucking chin to chest, cat. Repeat slowly for 10 cycles every morning or evening. This is especially effective before bed or after prolonged sitting. Speaking of bed, sleep is when your back recovers the most. Unfortunately, many older adults suffer from sleep disturbances that delay spinal healing. Chronic sleep deprivation leads to elevated cortisol, reduced growth hormone, and poor muscle recovery. Even worse, tossing and turning on an unsupportive mattress compresses the lumbar discs, making you stiffer in the morning. To enhance deep restorative sleep, consider the following. Go to bed and wake at the same time every day, even on weekends. Keep your room cool, around 65 degrees, dark and quiet. Avoid screens for 1 hour before bed. Blue light delays melatonin production. Drink a calming herbal tea like chamomile or valerian. 30 minutes before sleep, place a pillow under your knees for back sleepers, or between your legs for side sleepers to align your spine. And most importantly, be cautious with over-the-counter sleep medications. Many sedatives reduce REM and deep sleep, the exact phases needed for muscular repair. Now let's talk physical therapy, one of the most underused yet highly effective tools for spine recovery in seniors. You do not need to be in pain to see a therapist. In fact, many Medicare plans now cover preventative physical therapy evaluations for balance, posture, and strength. A skilled physical therapist can assess spinal imbalances, design a gentle movement plan, and use modalities like ultrasound or electrical stimulation to accelerate deep muscle recovery. For seniors recovering from back surgery, injury, or years of poor posture, physical therapy is not a luxury. It is a lifeline. Also gaining popularity, aquatic therapy. Exercising in warm water reduces joint pressure, supports the spine, and increases range of motion without pain. Even gentle leg movements or back paddling in a therapy pool can dramatically improve your spinal strength over time. Ask your local wellness center or hospital if they offer senior-friendly water classes. Now, a note of caution. Avoid high-impact movements unless cleared by your doctor. These include sit-ups, toe touches, heavy lifting, and twisting from the waist. These movements can compress your spinal discs and worsen pre-existing degeneration. Instead, build your movement plan around 3 pillars: core activation, spinal mobility, and daily walking. Combine this with restorative sleep and professional guidance when needed, and your back will regain resilience, even decades after decline began. In our final section, we'll bring it all together, offering you a 7-day action plan, a heartfelt summary, and a final invitation to share your journey. By now, you've uncovered a truth that too many people overlook until it's too late. Your back is the foundation of your independence, and protecting it is not a luxury, it is a necessity. From nutrient-rich foods and gentle movements to daily habits and restful sleep, everything you do either nourishes or depletes the very muscles that support your spine, your posture, and your freedom. Let us pause and reflect. Have you ever struggled to get up from a chair, only to brush it off as just aging? Have you noticed stiffness when bending over, or soreness after walking just a few blocks? These are not random signs. They are signals from your body, quiet but urgent, that your back muscles are calling for care. The journey back to strength does not require drastic measures. It simply requires commitment, consistency, and compassion for yourself, for your future, and for the life you deserve to live. To help you start today, I've created a simple, gentle 7-day back strength recovery plan, specially designed for seniors and easy to follow at home. Day 1, awareness and alignment. Assess your sitting habits. Use a small cushion to support your lower back. Perform 10 gentle pelvic tilts and 10 cat-cow stretches. Swap soft drinks for water, at least 6 to 8 cups today. Day 2, nutrition for recovery. Start your day with a protein-packed breakfast, 2 eggs and half an avocado. Drink a warm cup of bone broth in the evening. Do 10 minutes of slow walking after lunch. Day 3, posture reset. Practice bird dog exercises, 8 reps per side. Stand up and stretch every 30 minutes if sitting. Sleep with a pillow under your knees or between your legs. Day 4, anti-inflammatory focus. Eat grilled salmon or sardines with leafy greens. Enjoy a chamomile tea before bed. Perform 3 rounds of deep belly breathing for relaxation. Day 5, gentle strength. Add a second walking session, morning and evening. Do pelvic tilts again and focus on core engagement during daily tasks. Stretch your hamstrings gently before bedtime. Day 6, circulation boost. Drink beetroot juice or add beets to a salad. Use a heating pad for 15 minutes on your lower back while relaxing. Take a short outdoor stroll to get 15 minutes of sunlight. Day 7, reflection and recommitment. Write down 3 improvements you've noticed, no matter how small. Celebrate your progress with a nourishing dinner. Commit to repeating or adjusting the plan for long-term back health. This plan is not a quick fix. It's a starting point, a door opening to a stronger, more stable future. But more importantly, it is your invitation to stay involved. Now I'd love to hear from you. What part of this series resonated most with your experience? Have you noticed signs of back weakness? What have you tried so far? Are you currently caring for someone who struggles with back strength? Please scroll down and share your story in the comments. Let us know your age, your challenges, and what steps you're taking. Your experience could help someone else feel seen, inspired, and empowered. And if you found this guide helpful, even just one part, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Each week, we release new content designed for seniors who want to stay active, independent, and full of vitality. Don't let silence steal your strength. Don't wait for a fall to take your independence. Your back muscles can still rebuild. Your posture can still be proud. And your future can still be powerful. You are not too old. You are just getting started. Let's take that next step together.